Welcome, everybody, to Intensity Broadcasting. My name is Josh Hall. We're here with the Shoney's Doghouse Racing League Tuesday Night Truck Series here at Talladega Superspeedway. My name is Josh Hall. Thanks for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting as we bring you this live iRacing race here from Talladega. We got a few minutes left here in practice. And at the top of the board currently, the 61 of Eric Peck. EJ Luna not too far behind right now. We see Eddie Spruill out on track right now. Adam Gardner currently sitting in the third position in practice. But as we know with super speedways, practice is not really the whole story. With super speedway racing, you can be the slowest car in practice, the slowest car in qualifying, and still find your way up to the front, which we're going to see tonight, as these guys are going to be 2 and 3, maybe even 4 wide around this large 2.66 mile track. Super speedway racing is a passion of mine, something I'm very familiar with. I love to do, so watching and calling these races is a little extra special for me. So I'm looking forward to watching these guys run in a big pack here tonight. See if we have any packs out on track. We've got a little pack out here, led by the 16 of Andrew St. Coeur. Excuse me. Looks like he's got the 34 in tow, 55 of Ricky Hudges, the 63 of Randall Barnett out there as well. So they come up on the lap truck or try to pass a truck there and have a little incident out on track. With a few minutes left in practice, let's take a look at the standings coming into tonight. You see Teddy Wisniewski up at the top of the board. Justin McMahon not too far behind. Christopher Leftwich, Kevin Thompson, Dustin Lee make up your top 5. Then Jeff T. Martin, Eric Peck, Adam Gardner, Daniel Wilkerson, and Donald Leftwich up in the top 10. We'll leave that up for a minute just so you can see where your favorite drivers are. We got a couple drivers practicing some pit stops, which are going to be just as important tonight, as these races have been pretty clean and have gone green flag for the most part. So going from almost 200 miles an hour and getting down to 55 miles an hour for pit road is a challenge here, and we're seeing these guys get some practice out here as we see a couple more trucks doing some drafting out here tonight. And just like with the Daytona race, we'll be using a couple words, kind of tag words here tonight. Things like energy, side drafting, bump drafting, all of the sort. And basically what you're seeing right now is you're seeing 2-3 trucks just inline drafting. And if you're not too familiar with racing, the reason they do this is that front truck is pushing all the air out of the way. The truck behind, though, is able to lend a hand. There's a little air bubble that forms behind that front truck. And that second truck can actually get right on that bumper and push that truck forward. Now, the third truck doesn't want to touch the truck in the middle, but he can sit there right on the back bumper as well and help out. So we'll see all night long these drivers being tucked up on each other like that, trying to get themselves to the front. And these 3 trucks running by themselves, currently about 185 miles an hour. But then you look at a truck that's out here running by himself. He's only able to hit about 170 by himself. So that draft really comes into play here as practice is now over. And we get ready for qualifying. Of course, before qualifying begins, we want to talk about our awesome sponsor, Doghouse Racing's Tuesday Night Leagues. Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar and take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. And those strawberry pies make a great treat. Shoney's whole strawberry pies are great for family or office gatherings, holidays, picnics, and any celebration that you'd like to make just a little bit sweeter. Got one of our first drivers, speaking of Shoney's, to get out on track. And that is the 13 of Christopher Leftwich. And Christopher running that high lane right now. And that's what you're going to see a lot of these drivers do. These trucks run what's called a restrictor plate. And what that is, it's a plate of metal that sits over the top of the carburetor, because these trucks here are still carbureted. And it restricts the amount of airflow into the carburetor. And it drastically reduces horsepower. So say these trucks having 700-800 horsepower, they only have about 450. So by running up on the high lane like that, on the first lap, it allows that truck to really get wound up, get the RPMs up, get the truck up to speed, because it does take a lot longer to get that truck up the full song with that restrictor plate. So now he's down at the bottom running that low line, trying to take the shortest way around to get himself up on the board. Now there's really three mentalities to qualifying. You can run your out lap and your first lap right up against the wall. You can do what Chris is doing here, run his out lap up against the wall, and his first and second laps right down on the yellow line. And then there's what I like to do. I run my first lap, and my out lap and my first lap all the way against the wall. And then I do like a typical qualifying line. I hug the wall down the straightaways and right on the yellow line down through the corners. And everybody's got their own unique style, how they want to do it. As we see Adam Gardner currently up at the top of the board, but these guys do have one more lap. You see the times coming up on the left side of the screen. And typically at a track like Talladega, your second lap will always be faster than your first. The other thing you'll see when these trucks are all in the draft together, all lined up, the movement from side to side. These trucks do not like the airflow around them. They're big, they're blocky, and that makes these trucks really unstable in the draft. We'll see them bouncing left to right all race long. As Leftwich comes down to the start-finish line. You'll also notice Talladega is unique because your start-finish line is located at the end of the tri-oval. Most racetracks have that start-finish line right in the middle of the tri-oval, but here they have the start-finish line past the tri-oval, which makes for some great racing. And last 6 races I've called here on Intensity, there has been a pass in the tri-oval to get the win. So that driver that comes off the corner, turn 4 leading, does not always guarantee a win here. So watch for that all night long. I see Michael Sema come up across the line, and he is currently on pole with a 56 flat. Mike Leftwich currently in second. Adam Gardner, third fastest. Let's see who else is out here trying to make a lap. Kevin Thompson coming across the line. Jumps up into the 10th position on his first lap. Let's see what he's able to do, if he's going to have enough time to get a second lap in. '21 machine right down on that double yellow line, trying to get as much speed and take the shortest way around the track as he can. As he comes down to the line, he's not going to get a second lap in. Qualifying ended before he was able to get that lap in. So let's take a look at your starting grid tonight. And starting on pole is the number 1 of Michael Sema. Then Mike Leftwich in the 60. He'll be rolling off in spot number 2. Adam Gardner, he'll be rolling off 3rd in the 56 with Teddy Wisniewski in the 26, rolling off in 4th. In 5th, we'll find the 16 of Andrew St. Cyr with Steve Gerber to his outside in spot number 6. 7th position belongs to Christopher Leftwich with Jeff T. Martin rolling off from the 8th position. Wesley Whitfield and Eric Peck will round out your top 10. Randall Barnett and Kevin Thompson, they'll roll off in row number 6. With row 7 being Joshua Slade and Bill Gentry. Rolling off from the 15th position tonight will be Michael Lester Sr. with Kenny Heath in the 16th position. Then Christopher Simon and Dustin Lee round out row number 9. In the 10th row, we'll find the 20 of Justin McMahon, who's got a lot of work to do to get up to the front, and the 73 of Jeffrey Wimmer. Don Blazer rolling off 21st with E.J. Luna in the 22nd position, then Ricky Hedges the 2nd, and Kurt Schwitzer in the 24th position. And 25th would be Eddie Spruill with Eddie Rivers in the 26th position, Leander Johnson 27th, Michael Bowen in 28th, and Daniel Wilkerson rounding out the field here at Talladega Superspeedway. As we get ready, the trucks are getting ready to roll off. Sean Thompson rooting for Kevin Thompson, says good luck, son. As the field gets ready to take their pace lap around this 2.66 high-banked Talladega Superspeedway. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help us out. Another way you can help us out is we have our web store at intensitybroadcasting.com, where you can find hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, mouse pads, as well as other league collections from the original Rebels, SCSRA, Thunderstruck, Mayhem Modifies, and Extreme Forces. Also, each champion of every league that's broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting will get a free piece of swag courtesy of Intensity Broadcasting. So check that out. That is intensitybroadcasting.com. Well, the field is getting ready as they're rolling through turns 3 and 4 right now. And again, the unique location of that start-finish line kind of gives a unique start to this race as well. Normally you see the trucks come off of turn number 4 and hit the accelerator, but these guys are going to have to wait till the center of the tri-oval to start their run to the race. And we'll see if anybody tries to make it 3 wide early to try to get themselves up to the front as the pace car takes that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. And Michael Sema will lead them down to the starting zone, with Mike Leftwich to his right side. As they approach the start-finish line, green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Talladega Superspeedway, and already it's a pretty even side-by-side battle, as we already have a couple trucks trying to jockey for position in the back. But up front, Mike Leftwich and Mike Sema side by side. Already we see some pushing. The 26, Teddy Wisniewski, trying to get all over the back bumper of Mike Leftwich and give him a big shove down the backstretch. As these trucks are getting up to speed, we're already seeing Teddy give Mike Leftwich that big push up to the front. We see St. Cyr dropping down onto the apron, trying to get out of this pack. Already seeing some wildness up front. He says, I want to get out of here. He's going to fall back to the back. Now Teddy Wisniewski up on the high side. Get a big push from Steve Gerber as they come off of turn at number 4. Teddy Wisniewski is going to take the lead away from Mike Leftwich before he even had a chance. And Steve Gerber and him are both going to drop down to the bottom. And Teddy Wisniewski is going to lead the first lap here at Talladega Superspeedway. We see the 79 of Joshua Slade already trying to push himself into the middle, 3 wide. Now he's going to tuck down on the bottom. We see the 55 of Ricky Hudges Jr. Again, out of shape there. I'm sorry, Ricky Hudges II. Again, out of shape there. But he's trying to push Jeff Martin up towards the front. And we see the 13 of Christopher Leftwich now jump up to the high side. Trying to get a push, trying to get some help. And you see how just broken apart that 3 trucks are after our 2 leaders, and those 2 leaders tucked up on each other like that, they're going to have the momentum, they're going to have the speed, they're going to be able to move forward a little bit better than these drivers who are not connected. Now you see 2 trucks up on the high side. That is the 79 of Joshua Slade giving a big push to Mike Sema up on the high side. Here comes Christopher Leftwich. Now the high lane's starting to form up. You see how much more organized that high lane is. That's going to give the energy back to the high lane. As one truck's going to tuck out of line. He, again, just doesn't like... Oh, we got one around. Leftwich around on the backstretch. Both Shoney trucks were involved in this one. And, oh, hard contact trying to slow down for this one. And that's going to bring up our first wreckage rewind of the night. We'll take a look at this one from the blimp here because it'll give us the best view, I think. And we see that red truck, 3rd truck in line, just get tagged, hooked by the 09 of Jeff Martin. A bump draft gone wrong. He comes down across the track, takes out the other Shoney's truck. So both Chris Leftwich and Mike Leftwich involved in that one. Doesn't look like too much damage to the 60 truck. We'll see as he spins back across traffic. The 9 comes down the track. I believe that's Ricky Hudges Jr. hitting the inside wall there. A couple trucks behind just trying to scatter, get out of the way. And see, we see this from another view as well. Yeah, you see the 13 truck just gets spun around. The 60 looks like he's going to get away scot-free here. Not too much damage. 13 truck doesn't look like he's got too much damage either. But towards the back of the pack, we see Jeff Martin getting some hard damage or heavy damage there. We see the 14. It's the 14 of Don Blazer. The 5 of Kenny Heath able to sneak through there. That makes contact with McMahon. See the 55 down at the bottom of the track. Fortunately, though, not too much damage for some of these guys. See the 13 has a little bit of rear end damage from when he got run into from the back there. Most of the field coming down onto pit road. For these guys, there is no fast repairs for these trucks, so whatever damage they have, they're going to have to see if they can get fixed up in the pit lane before getting back out on track. And aerodynamics is very important here, so any little bit of damage that these trucks have can really slow down the truck. Maybe not so important if you're behind a couple trucks and you're drafting, but a truck with a lot of damage, especially to the nose, is not going to be able to lead. So We'll see if everybody's able to get some of their damage fixed up and get back out on track. One driver having a great start to the race is the 25 of Michael Bowen. Up 22 positions from where he started up into the 6th position. So one driver methodically picking his way through the field here. See if he's able to stay. Now your top 6 did not come down pit road, so Michael Bowen may gain some positions there by staying out on the track. But it's not a bad idea to give up some track position to get up to the front, especially because you can see a big one happen again, and we saw the big one happen right there in the middle of the field. The big one at Talladega and Daytona, it's not a matter of if we're going to have a big one, it's the matter of when we're going to have the big one. That one only involved about 5 or 6 trucks, so really can't call that one the big one, but I know in one of the races I ran a few weeks ago in an ARCA Series race, the big one struck, and 28 out of the 35 cars running were all involved in it. So it's very easy, as you see, just to push the truck in front of you just the wrong way, send them around back across the track in front of traffic, and watch out for that as this race continues. So Michael Sema going to be your race leader. He's going to choose the inside with Teddy Wisniewski up on the outside. As we come to green flag here, we'll have completed 7 of the 34 laps. And tomorrow night here on Intensity Broadcasting, we've got a treat for you as the SCSRA Series has their All-Star event. The best drivers from their truck series on Tuesdays and their Xfinity Series on Wednesdays will do battle. And yes, this is the track and car combination. They'll be doing battle at Las Vegas in the Riley prototypes. So that's going to be a lot of fun on the oval, not the road course. So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So check that out here tomorrow night, starting at 9:30 Eastern. But here we go. We got to settle this one here at Talladega as Michael Sema is going to lead them down to the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Teddy Wisniewski gets a horrible restart up on that high side. Joshua Slade able to tuck in underneath him, and Teddy's going to have to fall back in the 3rd position. But he's got the 19 of Steve Gerber, who pushed him right up to the front earlier on his bumper. As now Slade goes up to the outside. They're going to leave Sema hanging there on the bottom. Now Gerber jumps up to the high side as well. Sema has no help on the low side. Joshua Slade dives down to the bottom. Here comes Wisniewski with Gerber up on the high side. They're drafting together. They're going to have the momentum as Joshua Slade down on the bottom and no help at the moment. And now the Sema truck comes to his back bumper to help him out, but a little too late as Teddy Wisniewski now has the top line formed up nice, 4 trucks deep. And the rest of the field really stretching out here on the start. As Wisniewski tries to get himself up to the front. Now they're going to be 3 wide as Gerber's going to put that 26 truck in the sucker hole. Teddy Wisniewski all by himself in the middle. Here comes the 18 of Lee. Dustin Lee up through the middle, trying to help out Wisniewski there on the middle side. We see the 34 of Bill Gentry up here in the mix as well. We are 3 wide racing here at Talladega. See the 73 of Wimmer trying to help out as well. Now they're going to fall back to 2 wide racing. The 07 of Wesley Whitfield up in the mix here as well. And we're going to see that all night. Comers and goers from the front to the back all night long tonight. As Wisniewski's trying to get a big push here from Dustin Lee to get himself back up to the front. And Joshua Slade's going to continue to lead on that low side. As we ride along here with Wesley Whitfield, and you hear the lifting he has to do to keep from running into the back of the 18 of Lee. And like I said, he wants to be right there on that back bumper, but without touching. And this gives you a really good view just how much these trucks move around in the draft. As you see Teddy Wisniewski go from up a lane and back down. If you ride even further back in the pack, you'll see even more movement out of these trucks as they get into much dirty area as we ride along here with the 73 of Wimmer. These drivers not able to be full throttle except for the trucks up in the front. As the field is starting to come back together. So 19 trucks in this first draft. Then you got to fall all the way back to 8 seconds back, and you'll find Daniel Wilkerson, Eddie Spruill running together. And unfortunately, these 2 drivers running by themselves are definitely going to be much slower than the field, as we see Michael Sima take the lead away from Eddie Wisniewski down into turns 1 and 2. So now Wisniewski, turns Sima across the field. No caution, but a tough break as we take a look to see what happened to Michael Sima. And we see just the bumpers not lining up here, and Teddy just turns that one, sends him down across the track, able to keep it off the wall. But now Michael Sima is going to hope for a yellow here, as Teddy Wisniewski's getting a big push now from the 18 of Dustin Lee. Here comes Whitfield diving down to the bottom. Teddy sees the energy down on the low side. He's going to try to block that lane down there. Now Dustin Lee up on the high side, getting a huge push from the 19 of Steve Gerber. And now Gerber and Lee. Gerber's not able to clear Wisniewski. But Dustin Lee is, and now Dustin Lee up to the point. Steve Gerber now up on the high side with a push from Jeffrey Wimmer. So we see the 6 of Michael Lester Jr. up in the mix here as well. He's already pitted. He's the first truck that's already pitted here, so. As we see some incredible side-by-side late racing with these trucks here. Daniel Wilkerson and Eddie Spruill, who were 8 seconds behind the pack before, have now fallen back to 12 seconds behind the pack just like that. So you can see just how much faster this pack is running. Last time by, your leader ran a 52.2. Wilkerson ran a 54.0. So about 2 seconds a lap slower running 2 trucks as opposed to this entire pack. Teddy Wisniewski leading all over the back bumper of the 18 of Dustin Lee, trying not to do what he just did to Michael Sema. As the field rockets down the backstretch, and when they cross the line this time, we'll have just 20 laps to go here at Talladega. And, ooh, Teddy gets down on the apron just a little bit. We see, ooh, the 19 washes up the track. Dustin Lee with a head of steam now, as the field is coming up on the lap truck of Don Blazer. See Don tucks up on that high side, letting the field go on by, and you can see the difference in speed of one truck versus the pack. If Blazer's lucky, he might be able to tuck right in behind and stay up with this pack if he doesn't have too much damage on the front of that truck, as Dustin Lee, ooh, gets a little lower than Wisniewski was. That could have spelled trouble yet again. But up on that high lane, Steve Gerber starting to motor ahead with the help of Jeffrey Wimmer in that 73 machine. Now we see the 6 of Lester Sr. Thought about making it 3 wide for a second. He's going to tuck back in line. Big hole between the top and bottom line. And we've seen Joshua Slade make that move before. And there he goes down to the middle. Now he's going to force it 3 wide. Not quite going to have the help that he needs. That's a tuck back in line. We see the 48 of E.J. Luna right there as well. How close are these trucks? This is looking off the back bumper of Steve Gerber. You can see that front end of that F-150 coming right up and giving a shove, trying to keep him out in front. Now Joshua Slade has moved himself up a spot here as we got trucks 2 wide in front of the leaders. This could spell disaster. One truck trying to stay low on the apron. One truck trying to go high and let the field by. They were just 4 wide for a moment. And now Joshua Slade jumps up to the high side. E.J. Luna is going to go with him. Trying to use a little bit of a side draft. And the way the side draft works is you see that big old spoiler that's on the back of the truck. If you can position your truck where the air coming off your truck is going to dump the air onto that spoiler, it'll actually slow that truck down and move your truck forward. As you see Slade doing right now, he's able to do it to Wimmer. Now he's going to try to do it to Gerber in that high lane. Just those 2 trucks alone starting to make some moves, and Slade almost gets clear of Gerber. Ooh, big moment there as E.J. Luna got really loose on the back bumper of Joshua Slade. Everybody's able to hold on to it. We almost just had another big one right there, as they are still 3 wide coming down the backstretch. And with a lot of racing left, don't be surprised to see somebody make their way from the back. Somebody you weren't expecting. We see that orange car back there. I believe that bright orange car of that's Christopher Simon and Eric Peck back there, both orange cars. Watch for them to try to make their way up to the front. But right now, things are starting to get single file. Oh, big movement. Oh, one truck up in the wall. E.J. Luna up into the wall. A lot of damage to that 48 machine. See if we can see what happened to Luna here coming off the corner. Oh, the 25 Almost got turned. And then EJ Luna got run into from behind. So tough break as trucks start making their way down on the pit road. See Randall Barnett, Mike Leftwich, EJ Luna all on pit road. Oh, I apologize for the bad camera view here. So again, the field's starting to get single file because pit stops look like they're going to be coming up momentarily. Here they all come down on the pit road. Great job from everybody in this group getting on the pit road safely. And that's going to give the lead over to Christopher Simon, Kurt Schweitzer, Kevin Thomas, Eric Peck. These guys are going to have to come down pit road this time. Try not to lose a bunch of time by being out here by themselves. Again, the more trucks in your pack, the faster that group is going to go. Let's see if Thompson jumps down the pit road. No, he's going to stay out another lap. So isn't this entire pack right here. Now, Kevin Thompson did come down pit road later than everybody else on that green flag pit stop, or that yellow flag pit stop there. So Thompson might have a little bit more fuel in the tank. We'll see how far he's able to stretch it here. Eric Peck right behind. Then you got Christopher Simon, Kurt Schweitzer. And that's a 22-second gap back to 5th place of Daniel Wilkerson. Another lap staying out. As we see this group back here, Teddy Wisniewski, Dustin Lee, Whatley Whitfield, Adam Gardner all running out here a single file. Trying to put some laps down to try to keep Kevin Thompson in that group in check. Then it's 4 seconds back to Steve Gerber, Michael Lester, Jeffrey Wimmer, Bill Gentry. So this pack right here broke it up a little bit. And they need to see if they can get together, try to put some laps down and try to run down this group in front of them. As Kevin Thompson makes his way off of turn number 4. Will this be the lap that these trucks peel off on the pit road? No, they're going to stay out. Yes, they do. They do come out. Oh! The 35 is Simon up into the wall. Was not expecting that group to come down pit road. Justin McMahon in this group as well. So Christopher Simon in some trouble. These drivers just coming off pit road in front of him. A lot of damage to that 35 machine. As we see Kevin Thompson coming off pit road, here comes Teddy Wisniewski's group. Driving right on by. So these top 4, unless a caution comes out, pretty much be vying for the win here. As they come around the 25, Michael Bowen to put him a lap down. You've got this Kevin Thompson, Eric Peck running by themselves, and then Steve Gerber's group, which has more trucks to it. actually running a little bit quicker than our leaders. And they're going to be picking up a couple more trucks, and with 10 laps to go, we're going to have to see if the winner is going to come from this front group here, or if it's going to come back from that second group that's 4 seconds back. So pit strategy coming into play. With just a few laps left, Steve Gerber needs to get this group organized. See Joshua Slade up on the high side. That's not doing them any favors. This pack needs to get nose to tail as quickly as they can if they want any chance to chase down Dustin Lee, Teddy Wisniewski, Wesley Whitfield, and Adam Gardner up at the front here, with just 9 laps to go. The only thing that back group can really hope for now is a caution. See if they can catch up now. Adam Gardner falling back off this pack just a little bit, and that's going to slow down this front pack. With Adam Gardner not able to help out that group in front. And you can see they're actually starting to pull away from him. He's starting to lose the draft just a little bit. He's got the lap truck of Michael Bowen right there trying to help him and push him forward, but the interval to the pack behind him is starting to shrink. This is the interval from 4th place Adam Gardner back to 5th place Steve Gerber. And fortunately for this group up here, Gardner is able to get back locked up here. They got some lap traffic that was able to give them a little push. And now that lead has grown back over that second group. With only 4 trucks up here in this lead pack, who's going to be able to help who? Who's going to try to make the late move? Who's going to try to steal one here tonight? As Teddy continues to push the 18 of Dustin Lee. And we've seen Teddy have a couple bad pushes already tonight. We'll have to see if Teddy's able to stay on that back bumper, and or if he's going to try to leave Lee out to dry. Lap traffic doing a good job staying out of the way of the leaders. And when we come across the line this time, we'll have just 6 laps to go. Steve Gerber trying to lead this group back here, but you see just not formed up quite as well as that front group. Only 2 trucks really nose to tail here. That's Steve Gerber and Jeffrey Wimmer. Everybody else kind of timid, not running on the back bumper as they see this pack going around St. Cor. Saw the 34 of Bill Gentry trying to make a move there, which slowed down this pack even more. Back up front, Teddy Wisniewski continues the push. Dustin Lee. But I wouldn't be surprised at all to see somebody like Wesley Whitfield here try to throw it up on the high side to get around these two. Adam Gardner try to make it exciting at the end. Just too early to make a move now. If they were to make a move now, they'd be a sitting duck. Be able to get past again as Teddy looks up to the high side, but tucks back in line. Could be just cooling off that motor, being tucked up behind a truck like that. You see that small radiator inlet at the bottom of the bumper. And when you're tucked up on the back bumper like that, you're not allowing any air to get into the radiator to cool these trucks down. So Teddy could have a little bit of an overheating issue right now. And he's just trying to tuck his nose out there, trying to keep it cool. But now this pack behind is starting to gain. I don't know if they're going to have enough time to get up there. They're still 3 seconds behind. Over 3.5 seconds behind. So with just 3 laps to go, unless a caution was to come out, I just don't see them. Oh! Teddy got loose. Got a big push from behind. Not really sure what happened right there. That breaks this whole group up, and that is just the break that Steve Gerber and those trucks behind needed. As you can see, they are now closing in on the leaders. What was almost a 4-second lead is now just a 2-second lead. As Adam Gardner and Dustin Lee are now out front by themselves. And Teddy Wisniewski, and that's the 60 of Mike Leftwich, who is a lap down, and Bowen, who's a lap down as well. As Adam Gardner jumps up to the high side by himself with 2 laps to go. Not able to do anything, but here comes Gerber. Up on the high side, he's got Jeffrey Wimmer giving him the big push here. And as you can see, that top lane is coming as Teddy Wisniewski gets bumped from behind. Oh, Teddy's going to spin around. They're going to loop it. Caution is out. That's going to bring out a green-white checker. As we take a look here to see what happened to Wisniewski. I want to go back and see if we can see what happened to Wisniewski before this all happened. So this is actually what set this whole thing up. Was Michael Sema was a lap truck. And yeah, just a little miscommunication. He I don't know what happened to Sema right there. I don't know if he got loose. Maybe a little bit of payback from what happened earlier in the race. It's really tough to say. We know Sema got a bad bump from Teddy earlier in the race. Let's see if that's what happened there. And then later on we see Teddy get shuffled out of line. He tries to come back in the line, catches Joshua Slade and the 60. Oh, still some, some extracurriculars there as Teddy is not making any friends here tonight at Talladega. As well as much damage as there is to that 26 machine it's safe to say that his podium streak, his perfect podium streak for the season, will be coming to an end. But Dustin Lee is going to be your leader here. It's showing Teddy Wisniewski as your leader, but he passed the pace car. So I'm not really sure what is going on with the 26 right now. So again, Dustin Lee's your leader. Steve Gerber sits in second. Jeffrey Wimmer in the third place. Bill Gentry and Eddie Rivers round out your top five. The lights on the pace car are off. Still showing Wisniewski as the leader, even though he just went around the field completely. Really not sure is going on there. I'm sure he's going to get a black flag here for passing the field under yellow. But here we go. Dustin Lee on the inside. Steve Gerber up on the outside. Then you got Jeffrey Wimmer and Bill Gentry in the second row. Third row, you're going to find Eddie Rivers and Eric Peck. Then Christopher Simon, Kurt Schwartzer, Adam Gardner, Randall Barnett, your top 10. And with a green-white checker here at Talladega, anything can happen, as we've already seen. Well, here we go. Pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. And the lights are back on the pace car. So we try to sort things out here. Looks like Teddy Wisniewski has stopped on the backstretch. He's going to have to sit there and wait for the field to come back around one more time. Again, don't forget to join us tomorrow night for a treat as the SCSRA All-Star Race takes place. The best drivers from the SCSRA Truck Series and Xfinity Series will be taking on Las Vegas Speedway. in the Riley prototypes. Yes, you heard that right. On the oval, not the road course. It will be a blast. I'm looking forward to running it. Hopefully I can transfer to the big show. Of course, Thursday night, we've got Thunderstruck. Friday night, the Xfinity Series with the Original Rebels. Saturday night, the Cup Series with the Original Rebels. Then a Sunday night truck doubleheader. Monday's the Extreme Forces Racing League, and Tuesday nights will be just the Doghouse Racing League for a couple weeks until the SCSRA starts back up in a few weeks' time. Or the SCSRA Truck Series on Tuesday night, which follows this one at 9:30 Eastern, is recruiting. So if anybody's looking to run in a truck series, maybe both series, run Doghouse and then jump over to SCSRA. I know there's a lot of guys on the Sunday night Original Rebels League that likes to run the doubleheaders, so we'll see if anybody would want to run a doubleheader from this league or that league, so check that out if you want. But here we go. We got a green-white checker about to happen here at Talladega. Dustin Lee, your leader. Steve Gerber on the outside. Jeff Wimmer, Bill Gentry, Eddie Rivers, Eric Peck, pace car pulling on the pit road. Again, don't forget that start-finish line located way past the tri-oval. And that could come into play here on this green-white checker. It usually does with these green-white checkers, so we'll see if Dustin Lee is able to hold off the entire field behind him. And this is one of the few places where you don't want to get a good restart. Here you go, green flag in the air. Dustin Lee doesn't want to get too far out in front of either one of these drivers behind him, so they can easily gang up and get right around him. And you can see already Dustin Lee with no help, really nobody helping each other, as we got three wide racing. Oh, the 34 gets turned. Yellow flag is back out, and Bill Gentry slides down through the grass here. And I believe there's only one shot at a green-white checker in this league, so as Dustin Lee comes around here, he should be taking the white flag. See if the white flag is in the air when he crosses the line here, which it is. And that's going to do it here. As long as Dustin Lee can keep pace speed, he will be your winner here at Talladega. Let's take a look to see what happened here. It just looks like Wimmer got up into the 34 there, just spinning down across the track. A couple other drivers taking some evasive maneuver, but tough break for Gentry and for the rest of the field, as Dustin Lee is going to come around, pick up the pace car, and collect his first checker flag of the season. And again, for the first time all season, we will not be interviewing Teddy Wisniewski. Xbox King said he had a big gap. He did have a big gap, and I would have went for it myself as well. And tough break for those drivers behind, but as they come down to the stripe, Dustin Lee will collect the checker flag here at Talladega. Steve Gerber comes home second, Eddie Rivers in third, Eric Peck, Jeffrey Wimmer, Adam Gardner, Kirk Schweitzer, Christopher Simon, Randall Barnett, and Teddy Wisniewski round out your top 10. But it's all about the 18 Red Bull machine for Dustin Lee getting the victory here at Talladega. Ran a brilliant race, used the strategy, got himself up to the front, and kept himself up front, avoiding a couple big wrecks in the process and doing what he needed to get the victory here tonight. So after tonight, just 3 more races to go. Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Homestead to settle it here in the Shoney's Tuesday Night Truck Series. But right now, Dustin Lee coming down to the start-finish line, getting ready to burn it down here and celebrate his win at Talladega. Pretty impressive burnout right there for the 18. Let's see if he's able to keep it going or if he's going to pop that motor. So he's going to try to smoke it down the front stretch here or through the tri-oval. That's how you celebrate a victory. Let's take a look at your results here. Again, the 18 of Dustin Lee, your winner. Steve Gerber, Eddie Rivers, Eric Peck, and Jeffrey Wimmer, your top 5. Then you'll find Kirk Schwitzer, Randall Barnett, Teddy Wisniewski, and Bill Gentry rounding out the top 10. Christopher Simon, he's going to come home 11th. Michael Bowen in 12th. Don Blazer in 13th. Eddie Spruill in 14th. EJ Luno comes home 15th with Kevin Thompson, Andrew St. Cyr, Mike Leftwich, Daniel Wilkerson, and Leander Johnson rounding out the top 20. 21st, Michael Lester Sr. 22nd, Joshua Slade. Weston Whitfield comes home 23rd. Michael Sema 24th. Justin McMahon having a bad finish back in 25th. Chris Leftwich in 26th. Jeff T. Martin 27th. Kenny Heath, Jason Schilling, and Richie Hudges round out the rest of the field here. There we go. Didn't realize my scoring wasn't looping there as we get ready to talk to our top 3. Just waiting for our racers to come join us here in the booth so we can talk about their finish here tonight. Well, we'll start off with your winner here tonight, Dustin Lee. Seems to be the only one that popped down here so far. And Dustin, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, great job tonight. Coming home with the win. A wild one out there tonight. It seemed like it got hairy up there. And but you got yourself the win, avoided the attrition. What was the secret to avoiding all that out there tonight to get the win?
Just teamwork. We were lined up 1, 2, 3 there. Me, Teddy, and Wesley. We pitted together, nailed the pit stop there, got out way ahead of the second group there, and just kind of stuck together and worked together real good. Just kind of sucks that someone took out pretty much our whole team there. So, but luckily enough, I was able to come out with the win. So
Yeah, for sure. It looked like there was a battle of attrition. It looked like some people not too happy with each other there at the end of the race, but you were able to avoid that. And you said teamwork was a big part of it. Nailing that pit stop was huge, I'm sure. Did you guys have a plan going in? Did you think it was going to be green flag most of the race? Or were you guys kind of hoping that the cautions would have broke up and you could just go pit under yellow?
well, you never kind of know about these races. Sometimes they're a caution fest, and then sometimes, you weed out the couple that do wreck or a couple wrecks there, and then you end up going green flag the rest of the way. So we kind of betted on pretty much pitting on the green. So, we timed it out there, and, we kind of all split up as we went in, make sure that we were nice and clean coming in. And, it worked out really well.
Well, as the season comes to a close, we have just 3 races left. And I know your teammates were involved in a little scuffle there on track. Do you think that's going to carry over towards the end of the season?
I hope not. But I guess we will see. But yeah, I think we'll be back next week, and you know, we'll go after him again.
How do you like your chances next week at Las Vegas?
Pretty good. I finally got to where I'm actually finishing races and not dropping out of them. So I think they've got a pretty good shot.
Oh, awesome, man. Again, congratulations on the win. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank? Any shout outs you can give here tonight?
Yeah, thanks to my team, Southeast Motorsports, and you know, for all they do, helping out, running together. And thank you guys for broadcasting this, and Doghouse for putting it on.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats. I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Your winner tonight, Dustin Lee, getting the win at a wild, exciting finish here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to tune in next week as these guys will be taking on Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Vegas 84. And, we'll have to see what kind of, if anything, boils over to next week. I hope not. I hope it's a nice, great race at Las Vegas, but wilder things have happened. But again, congratulations, Dustin Lee, Steve Gerber, Eddie Rivers, your podium here tonight. And thank you guys for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at IntensityBroad1. Follow or find our web store at IntensityBroadcasting.com. Don't forget, every winner this season from every league on Intensity Broadcasting will receive a free piece of swag. Again, join us next week here as these guys take on Las Vegas. And as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.